right, we're back at this again. The Florida Panthers take Game 3 of the 2025 Stanley Cup Final, 6-1. The Oilers were never there. It's like a solar flare hit them. That's why it's called solar flare. It was going to be called Sun Rising and falling over you. Yeah, I know. But they called it solar flare because they play in Sunrise, and they pretty much... Edmonton never had a chance. They outshot them 33-31, but they were never in it. The final score is 6-1, and the Florida Panthers try to take a 3-1 series on Thursday, and it could win the cup on, I believe, Sunday or Saturday. But we'll see if that happens. Let's get this recap underway. Brad Marchand opens the scoring. That was just a clusterfuck in front. Lindell brought it the end net, throws one in front. It's a mad scramble. Still to Skinner way out, and he just goes way out of his net. Marchand tucks it and just snipes it right past everybody. 1-0 Panthers, 56 seconds into the first. We get to the second goal, which was scored surprisingly not 4 minutes apart. 17 minutes later, Carter Verhaeghe on the power play. Schmidt had it at the right point. He shot it, was blocked. Bennett got the rebound. Nate Schmidt back to the line. Another shot. Rodriguez got it to Verhaeghe. And a snapper past the blocker of Skinner to make it 2-0 Panthers after one. Before we keep going, I did want to say I probably had like 5 different titles to this. It was Solar Flare was the last one I came up with. I also had Sun Rising. I think I had Sun Rising, Elbows Flying, because what the fuck is goal interference anymore? And we'll get to that. I had a few other ones, but those are the main ones. I ended up going with Solar Flare. We'll talk about the goal interference after the game, and we'll also talk about something that the other one was gonna be called Bowling for Stew, but the B would be an 8 and the S would have been a 5. But that doesn't make sense because they went Bowling for Stew. It was a play on Bowling for Soup, 1985. But I didn't call it that because Bowling for Stew doesn't really make sense. Because if it was 6-1 Oilers, I'd make it Bowling for Stew. Because it's bowling. I don't know. You're bowling down the other team. It's a blowout. It doesn't make any sense. We start early in the second period. Corey Perry on the power play, 140. Ekholm shot it from the point. I think it was Ekholm, right? Ekholm at the point. No, Bouchard waits. Yeah, it was Bouchard. He shot it, and Perry at the doorstep, in and out fast. It's 2-1. Bouchard and Ekholm do get the assists. And it's anybody's game, and that's where it kind of crumbled. Just a minute and 20 seconds later, Sam Reinhart from Verhaeghe. It's a 3-1 Panther lead. It was just a terrible turnover that you can't do that by Connor Brown. Reinhart got it and just snapped past the glove of Skinner, and it was a 3-1 Panthers lead, and they just kept running from there. 4 minutes and 26 seconds later, Sam Bennett scored his 14th of the playoffs. Luostarinen get the assist. It was a shot that was blocked. I think this is when they turned it off. It was a breakaway, and it was just backhand, forehand. It was just another terrible, terrible turnover by Edmonton, as they had it at the point. It was Podkolzin, and it was stripped right to Luostarinen, and he gave right to Bennett. It was no chance for Skinner. 4-1. This is scored after 2. This is when I turned it off. I did not see the fifth or the sixth goal. So this is my live reaction to the Edge goal visualizer because I don't have the actual game up. So let's see what the fifth one is. It was an Ekblad power play goal. Barkov had it behind the net. He almost lost it. The nurse. Barkov at the faceoff. Kachuk. Reinhart. Oh my god. That was a tic-tac goal. I'm going to have to look at that one more time. I don't think there was a chance for Skinner to stop that. It was Barkov behind the net. Then he played it out the boys to Kachuk, back to Barkov. Then it was Kachuk, Reinhart, backdoor, and nobody was covering him. 5-1 Panthers. And it was 16-10 into it. The 6-1 goal scored. Evan Rodriguez, another power play goal. Forsling moved in. Mikkola had it at the other point. Mikkola still at the point. Rodriguez, it was just a one-timer. Oh, and Pickard came in. Skinner was pulled. I did not even notice that. So Pickard came in. So yeah, bowling for Stu didn't really make sense now that I noticed it. Because Skinner didn't play for the 6th goal. It was Calvin Pickard. 6-1 is your final. We will be back. I believe I don't work on Thursday. Let me double check quickly, actually. If I don't work Thursday, I will be live on Twitch streaming Game 4. Thursday, I do not work. So I will be live Thursday for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Will be the Florida Panthers with another stranglehold on the series for the Edmonton Oilers, or the Edmonton Oilers force at least a Game 6, and we'll have one more game in Florida minimum. What I really hope happens, obviously what I hope happens, Edmonton wins 3 in a row. I don't think it's going to happen based on how just Florida's playing. They're just disgusting. And, actually 2 things before I leave. 2 things. What the fuck is goalie interference anymore? Like, seriously. We went from having, obviously Bennett tries to kill the goalie, as he always does. But other than that, Arvidsson gets called for 2 for goalie interference, which it was goalie interference. He rammed into him. But you're telling me that's goalie interference, but Bennett elbowing Stolarz. Bennett crashing the net, almost taking out Skinner twice this series. Kachuk doing it, taking out Skinner. There's no penalties on that, but it's only penalties on Arvidsson because he ran to the goalie. This fucking series is rigged. Let me just list off all the penalties we had. Because from 3 minutes and 22 seconds into the first, we had, for just in that first period, we had 8 penalties. It was Lundell tripping, Kane cross-checking, Kane high-sticking, too many men for Edmonton, Ekblad tripping, Bennett high-sticking, Arvidsson goalie interference, which was goalie interference, Lundell roughing against Bouchard, and in the second period, there wasn't much. It was a Nurse cross-check against Lundell. Third period, however, was just hell, and I didn't watch it because they were down 4-1. But I did see highlights. Skinner shot over glass out of play penalty. Yarmark had roughing against Greer. Marchand hooked McDavid. Then it just a line brawl. Frederick cross-checking, roughing. Greer roughing. Bennett roughing. Nurse roughing. Nurse dropped the gloves. Gadjevich dropped the gloves. Greer, Bennett, Gadjevich, Nurse, Frederick, Ekholm, Kane. All misconducts. Actually, sorry, the Kane was a part of the next one. Kane had slash against Verhaeghe. He had misconduct. Wallman, Kachuk, Ekblad, all of them had misconduct. Kapanen had a misconduct. And Lusterman had a charging penalty against Kulak. 85 penalty minutes for Edmonton, by the way. 85. That is insane. If 85 penalty minutes and there's 5 minutes for a game misconduct, 5-minute major, it's 10-minute misconduct. So you'd have to lose half of your team. And that's, incredible. 3 stars of the game. Your third star is Sergei Bobrovsky. 1 goal, 970 save percentage. I don't know how the hell he wasn't the first star. Reinhart is your second star with a goal and assist, and Verhaeghe is the first star with a goal and assist. So that was 2 things. How the hell is Arvidsson a goal interference, but everything else isn't? Why can Florida keep getting away with this shit? It's just a matter of time before Bennett just says, I'm just driving to the net. He says this shit every fucking game. I'm just driving to the net. I'm just taking the puck to the net. You don't take the puck to your net with your elbow. Who goes elbow first? Driving the puck, you would think, okay, you might get bumped once in a while, especially if you're a hockey player. You're gonna, if you accidentally bump into the goalie, it happens. It's rare, but it happens. But when it's happening over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it doesn't fucking make sense. They need to be penalized for it. And I'm sick of seeing this every fucking game, or every other game. Edmonton won Game 1. And that was because they didn't try to kill Skinner. Game 2, they tried to kill Skinner. I think twice, actually. Game 3, they tried to run over Skinner again. But it's okay. It's okay, because they're Florida, and they're allowed to do it. when I was talking to Josh. I don't think I brought this up on Game 2's recap or Game 1's recap. We were talking about how much we hated Tampa because Tampa went 3 in a row. They didn't win 3 in a row. They had 3 finals. 2020 they won against Dallas. 2021 they won against Montreal. 2022 they lost against Colorado and haven't made it back since. We hated that team. We were so excited when Toronto finally beat them. I don't care if it was Toronto or not. But the difference between Tampa's team and Florida's team, Tampa's was a great team. We hated them because they were good. They were like unbeatable. You had Stamkos, Kucherov, Vasilevsky, Hedman. You had Hagel was doing good. You had bottom 6 guys that were amazing players. Florida, I mean, yeah, they have a couple good players, and a solid goaltending, but they're just dirty. They are disgusting, dirty, like covered in mud players. I understand if you're going for a hit, but when there's multiple, like if Bennett accidentally bumps into a goalie once, maybe twice in like 5 or 6 years, then it's not like a repetitive thing. But he's taken out Stolarz. He's tried to take out Skinner. I don't think he tried to take out Vasilevsky, but that was just a back and forth. That was just a clusterfuck. But I'm pretty sure last year he tried to take out a goalie too. Yeah. You're right. Last year they took. Oh, not last year. Sorry. 2023. They took out Oh, was that round 1? When did who the fuck was in that? Oh, Samsonov. Was that round 1 or 2? That was round 2, because Samsonov was in net for round 1. They take him out. They tried to hurt him, which they did. They tried to run. I don't remember if that was Bennett or not. I can pause and check, but I don't care. The difference between Tampa and Florida is Tampa's a good team. They were a good team. They weren't dirty. They don't try to purposely run into the goalie. Florida does. And I'm sick of it. I might be salty because the Leafs lost. Yeah, this was a month ago at that point. I'm just sick of Florida winning the way that they do by killing and trying to injure as many people as possible. And I remember I saw a comment somewhere on, I don't know if it was Twitter or whatever it was, but there was a Florida fan that was crying that someone tried to run over Bobrovsky or someone tried to injure someone. There was a hit, I think it was this game, or maybe it was last game. It was either Kachuk or it was Bennett or somebody. He came about 3 inches close to being shoulder to head on Podkolzin. And it was really lucky it didn't. But you can see how much they're trying to get up into your face. And it's annoying. Could you imagine, going into, playing hockey, and every single chance, pretend you're, the goalie. And every single chance they get, they go right to your head. Oh, I accident. Oh, I accidentally elbowed you. I accidentally sucker punched you in the back of the head. They hurt Stolarz so bad he was throwing up on the bench. And they had to take him out because that's how badly he got concussed. That is disgusting. I gotta stop ranting before this video becomes 37 minutes long. We hate Florida because they're a bad team. And I can't wait to see them be bad again. It's that simple. I mean, they do have... I will give them that they do have good offense. And their defense is good. But it's just how dirty they play. If they weren't dirty, then they'd be like Tampa. They'd be insane. You can never beat them. And you still can't beat them. The only team that's beat them in the playoffs in the last 2 years was Vegas in 2023. They have won every single series since then. They won 4... what are they? They are now 30 and something, but they're just going on a huge streak, but they're killing every starting goalie that they have. I gotta stop before I go to 20 minutes of ranting. I'll be on, I believe, Thursday for the next, what's it called, for game 4, which I believe is Thursday. But until then, oh my god, it's annoying. It's annoying. All right, I will see you guys.